Hey, this is Sean Buchanan from Mega Colossus.
This is Chris Millard from Mega Colossus. And you're listening to What's Metal?
Great to have you on the show for the very first time. We played your stuff, obviously, already on the show.
Nice.
And I think it's the second time you're here in Göppingen, actually in the Zille. And it's a short European tour that you're playing now. Yeah, how's it going so far?
It's been great. We got invited to Headbangers Open Air. We were actually here, just about a year ago, so we normally wouldn't come back so soon. But we wanted to play that festival for like 10 years, so now we came back for that. And it's just a week.
Eight dates. This will be, what is this, the third show? Fourth show? The third show, and it's just been incredible. Like, the crowds have been insane. This has been like the best tour I've ever done so far, and it's only day 3.
Zille is probably a fairly special venue, no stage, very small compared to other places. Was it a conscious decision to include that in your touring schedule again?
It definitely was, yeah. It was Chris's favorite show last time, was the Zille show.
Yeah, playing the big stages are obviously great and incredible, but I grew up very much doing like punk rock and like crossover thrash metal shows, and they were always in clubs like Zille, and so doing stuff like that is just really special to me, and I really enjoy it.
Just to let our audience know, I think the band is active already since nearly 15 years, if I'm right, which is a long time. Probably a lot has changed over the years. No, if you compare today to the times when you started out initially, what would you think has changed?
Well, we definitely have some new members. There's just me and Bill were originals. So we have Chris is new, and our drummer Doza, and our bass player Anthony. But we finally I think we've formed the super team that we need to really do what we want now. And it's we've kind of learned how to record together and write songs together in this interesting way, and people seem to be responding pretty well to it.
I think so. It's been a lot of fun for me watching this band, because I've been a fan of the band since I was in high school, and so it's like I joined my favorite band. It's insane, but it's just been so incredible, being a part of the process that I used to be so excited about with this band. Every time they announced a new record, it was like the event of the year for me. And now, for better or worse, I would say better. I'm a part of that process, and it's a really special thing for me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you didn't have many events of the years then when the band started out, right? I mean, you released the debut, and then there was a silence for many years, until the next release.
Yeah, it took us a while to get the next thing out, but now I think that the last one was our 7th release. If I'm not just being really
counting everything, EPs
brainless. Yeah. And when we get back, we're going to start working on another one. So, yeah.
And you're with Crystal Sur now.
Yeah.
European label. I mean, for that genre of music that you're playing, it's very high profile, actually.
Yeah.
I would say compared to, let's say, previous labels that you were on, or independent releases. How are they treating you? You can obviously speak freely here. Yeah, we won't tell them.
Oh yeah, obviously we're not being recorded, right? No, it's been amazing. We've been wanting to be on Cruz del Sur for probably 10 of those 15 years. Ever since we had friends that started working with them, and it finally worked out that they had the right. I guess the time frame for us to put it out with them was good. So it's been wonderful. We had to crowdfund a lot of the pressings and a lot of the money to make the LPs. So now being able to have somebody that makes the LPs for us and promotes for us, and they've been amazing. How have you felt about it?
It's kind of a dream come true for me, because when I was a kid, my heroes were like Salfeg and Hammer's Misfortune and Twisted Tower Dyer, who are now, my peers. And we actually practice in the same room as Walpurgis, who is also a Cruz del Sur artist. So we're among great company. And Enrico and everyone that works with Cruz del Sur has just been incredible. There's so much on our plate being an independent underground heavy metal band that they've kind of taken a lot of the burden off of us. And it's just made it easier for us to be a band, which is always a great thing.
And now we have a home base in Europe, which is really great. So we can, we don't have to bring over a bunch of stuff. We can get them to send it to us here. Makes touring over here a lot easier, which is great.
You had one release on Killer Metal Records, no?
Yeah,
that's a small German label, just in case our listeners don't know. fairly notorious in a positive way in the underground, actually, in Germany.
Yeah. Jens put out I don't know, 4 or so. We have him here at the show tonight. He actually mailed us 60 CDs that we've been selling on tour. But yeah, he was releasing them here, and that was a big help for us because a lot of people first found out about it through his, I think he would send out like a catalog, and like I think that's where a lot of people got him, which is so cool.
You mentioned Slowfag there a minute ago. Actually, I have that name written down here on my question sheet as well, because I think it's a band that has a similar approach to maybe the lyrical side of things and maybe the attitude as well in a certain way. Yeah, I'm not sure how wrong I am with that impression, but they have this likeness in terms of making use of over-the-top sci-fi themes and weird scenarios and so on. Is there a certain like-mindedness maybe?
Yeah, definitely. Those are our buddies of ours. We played with them a couple times, and Chris keeps in touch. We're hoping to try to meet up with them on the road sometime soon. But honestly, I heard Slowfag like right before this band started, and like I years later looked back and I was like, oh man, that was like right before we started doing Colossus, because it used to be just Colossus. And I was like, oh, that was a huge influence on it. Like looking back, because yeah, we love that stuff. We listen to it in the van all the time. It's a big deal to us. That's like our band's favorite band.
Yeah. Sean, I'll credit to Sean and Anthony and Bill actually for the lyrics they do. Like, I don't know how they do it because I'm not gifted lyrically, that's for sure. But yeah, like I think the similarities are I think they're very intentional, and I think we complement each other very well as two different bands kind of occupying the same space, and we're very congruent in that way. I think it's a nice thing.
How does this link to, let's say, the seriousness that comes with having a band and being somehow in the business? You have on the one hand side, you have this kind of like tongue-in-cheek approach to an image or to the music, which might contrast with the seriousness of what is sometimes required in the business. Can you separate this? Does this somehow gel together?
Yeah, I think it attracts more of like the misfit metal fan, like the kind of the fun metal fan rather than the super serious one. But I mean, as far as we work our asses off to do all this stuff. So as much fun as we have, we're mildly professional. I don't know, what would you say?
I like to think of us as maybe the Anthrax of the new wave of traditional heavy metal scene, where they were very unafraid to go against the grain of their peers. Like, Metallica, who was relatively serious, Megadeth, who was relatively serious, and Slayer. They got up there and just in board shorts and their high top sneakers and Ninja Turtle guitars, and that's very much the kind of fun vibe that I really enjoy, and I think we do that very well. When it comes time to get down to business, we do. But everything we do, this is supposed to be fun, and there's no point to do it if we're not enjoying it. So we make sure that everything we do, we enjoy, and I think it comes across pretty well in our band.
Yeah, I think so. Definitely.
Okay, so the current album is called Showdown. We are obviously going to play a couple of songs, and you'll have the chance to introduce some of them after we're done with the interview part. But maybe give us all the necessary details so that our listeners maybe can pick it up or get interested in it.
Yeah, for sure. So new record's called Showdown. It's on Cruz del Sur, as we already mentioned. It actually just came out earlier this year. You can find it on all the major streaming platforms. You can order it from the Cruz del Sur website here if you're in Europe. You can order it from us if you're in the States. And yeah, we're super stoked on it. People have been loving it. The response has been great. We're actually now we're okay, we've had 2 albums that people liked. They're going to hate the next one. It's just the way these things work, it could be the greatest album we ever produced, but they're not going to like it. It's just, I don't know. But, so anyways, yeah, we're rolling high right now, and it's been really fun.
Yeah, this record is a lot of fun. I don't think the most serious song on the record, Grab the Sun, is about Mad Max Fury Road. Everything on there, Fortune and Glory is about Indiana Jones. Showdown is about the movie Face Off.
You can't get much more serious than that.
Yeah. And this, I think, if you like this record, or if you like to have a lot of fun, you're going to really enjoy this record.
What's the favorite Indiana Jones movie?
That's a really hard question.
Everybody's got a different one. I just rewatched them while we were writing Fortune and Glory, and Last Crusade was my standout. It's just such a perfect film. Like it's just amazing. Like, and Sean Connery crushes. Like, he adds so much to it. Like, I don't know. That's my favorite currently. Chris loves Crystal Skull.
I can legitimately say I love every Indiana Jones movie. When I was a kid, he was like my hero, like Han Solo was in Star Wars. Lately, I have been giving a lot of love to the one that I watched the least when I was a kid, and that's Temple of Doom.
That's my previous favorite until this last viewing. But yeah, and I love it. And that song title comes from that movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Crusade just it's a A++.
On the way here, I had a friend of mine in the car, and he's probably like a mega Colossus fan. He was complaining that he can't get all of the lyrics to your songs from the previous releases. So are they hidden somewhere? Will they be accessible somehow?
Figure out, how to get those available for people. Maybe we can put them on the website or something. Because there were other people that were asking about that. So we have them all. They are written down. So yeah, well, that's a good thing. I think we'll try to work on that when we get back to get them out so people can look them up accurately. Because our other friends had looked up some lyrics and the people had tried to figure out what they were, and there were some real funny mistakes in there. Never peeing backwards. Seafood spray.
Maybe make that the official version.
Yeah.
So the show is called What's Metal? Final question is always the same for us. So what is metal? You have a definition for it?
Metal, let's see. Doing something that's metal is doing something that, not doing something because everybody else is doing it. Doing something because you feel like it's important to you, and it doesn't matter if you're the one person out of 1,000 that thinks it's cool, just doing it. That's metal to me.
That's a really good answer. I was just going to say like a big explosion with like a guitar solo going over it or something like that.
That's a way better answer.
Or like a dragon, like with a dude riding on it with like a machine gun, you know?
Yeah.
But your answer was really nice.
That's why our songs are the way they are.